One thing I do gotta say, after watching this movie, I'm just like, why they gotta do my boy Mario like that? Like, you couldn't give him a badunk-a-dunk-dunk. Granted, he doesn't have to be like Nightwing, but like, come on now. And welcome to my safe haven, everybody. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video and joining me for another review here on the Black Gay Comic Geek channel. But this is your, whoa, what am I saying? But if this is your first time checking out my channel, thank you so much. Let me introduce myself. My name is Michael. I call myself the Black Gay Comic Geek, and I always say the things that I love to talk about on my channel has blood, sex, gore, and magic, or any variation of the force. So just like it says on the shirt, I am a gamer. So I like to talk about video games. I like to talk about comic books, action movies, sci-fi, horror movies, animated movies. And of course, I like to talk about black representation and queer representation, a lot of times the lack thereof in sci-fi fantasy movies. So if that's something that you are interested in, if you think representation matters, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, become one of my safe haveneers, and then also do me a favor with this video. Watch this video to the end for the watch time. Like, share, comment, interact for the all gay rhythm. I don't know what's been going on across like all my social media channels. It's not just me, because I see other people complaining about it as well, but like lately views have been like hella low. Like my largest following is on Yik Yak, and I have like over almost 120,000 followers on there. But lately, like almost every video I've posted don't even, like, they struggle just to even hit 1,000 views. So once again, guys, interact on the video, like, share, comment, interact for the all gay rhythm. But anyway, with that said, we are here to talk non-spoilers for the Super Mario Brothers movie. It actually just came out this weekend. I got to see it maybe a week or two ago, maybe, or a week ago, but since it just came out, non-spoilers, so let's get into it. This movie tells the tale of two Brooklyn plumbers, Mario and Luigi, as they make their way to the Mushroom Kingdom, and after Luigi is kidnapped by the villain Bowser, with the help of Princess Peach, Mario gets ready to square off against Bowser to stop his plans from conquering the world and to get his brother back. And so really quick, I just wanted to say thank you to Universal Pictures for allowing me the opportunity to see the movie early. And you know, with this new job, I've just been busy and everything, so I haven't been able to put out this review as soon as I wanted to. But with that said, like, it's interesting. I feel like 2023 is going to be the year. Well, I don't know what other video game movies have come out, but the video game curse, the live action video game curse, well, I can't even say live action because this movie isn't live action, it's animated. And for animated movies or animated properties, the video game curse has been broken already with like things like Castlevania, Dragon Age Absolution, Arcane, and now Super Mario Brothers, the movie, because I really enjoyed this movie. Because I was going to say with, you know, The Last of Us and now Super Mario Brothers, the movie, like video game movies have become good, as they should, which rhymes, because there are a lot of video games that I would think would lend themselves very well to movies. And then this is like the redemption for the live action Super Mario Brothers with John Leguizamo, and I forgot who was the guy that played Mario in the movie, but this is a way better Mario movie than that. And the thing that I don't understand is this movie currently has like a 58% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know what that 58% is. Like, I don't know why the critics, and I guess technically I'm a critic too, but I'm not an official Rotten Tomatoes critic, but I don't know what it is, like why the official critics didn't like this movie and why it's only sitting at a 58%. I had a great time watching this movie. And with that said, to get the most obvious part out of the way, my biggest problem going into this movie was the fact that they cast Chris Pratt as Mario. And then even watching the trailer, I was just like, oh, come on, like, I'm not feeling the voice. When you think about Mario, you think about, it's me, Mario, yada yahoo! And interestingly enough, the voice is something that they addressed in the movie. And then while watching the movie, Chris Pratt's voice acting was not as bad as I initially suspected going into the movie. And I actually, you know, even though Chris Pratt is the worst of all the Chris's, I actually didn't mind him in this movie. And I thought he did a decent job as Mario. Speaking of a decent job in voice acting, I didn't mind any of the voice acting in this movie. You had Keegan-Michael-Key, who did the voice of Toad. Anya Taylor-Joy, who was the voice of Princess Peach. You had Charlie Day, who was the voice of Luigi. And then Seth Rogen, who was the voice of Donkey Kong. And I really liked the interpretation that they gave for Donkey Kong in this movie and making him almost kind of like a frat bro. And I really liked, I enjoyed hearing Seth Rogen take on the role of Donkey Kong, and I would love to see a Donkey Kong sequel now that we established this Mario world, and this movie is making bank currently this weekend at the box office. I would love to see like a Super Mario Brothers world with them branching off with Donkey Kong. But my favorite performance in this movie goes to none other than Jack Black as Bowser. He made the movie for me. And every time his character was on screen, this movie became more fun and more interesting because of it. And also, speaking of like the movie, being that this is based off a video game, you think about, because they do have references to like Mario Kart. I'm actually, after I'm done recording this video, I'm actually gonna meet up with Ron in New York, and we're actually gonna go and see this movie. Well, I'm gonna see it again. He's gonna see it for the first time, but see it again in 4DX. Because I definitely recommend, if you have like a Regal Cinema in your area, I definitely recommend seeing this movie in like 4DX, because this movie kind of lends itself to that, like, especially when you get to, and this isn't a spoiler because you see it in the trailer, but the scenes in like Mario Kart and having the chair and the interactivity, like it will, I'm pretty sure it'll definitely feel like you're in a video game. And that's essentially what this movie did. Like you felt like you were back in the Mario video games. And speaking of, like, there were so many Easter eggs and references and callbacks to the entire Mario and Donkey Kong lore, sounds that you remember if you were a gamer and you played the Mario games or, you know, the Donkey Kong games, seeing all the characters like Diddy Kong and a bunch of other characters from the Mario lore. And so it went to show that there are people that really loved the Mario world and really knew and understood the Mario world that were behind the making of this game. And that's something that I appreciated, all the references. Now, with that said, in terms of the runtime, like this movie was very quick. It was only like, I don't even think it hit a full hour and a half. So it was over. So like the storyline and everything like that, you kind of sped through this movie. And I suspect, and I didn't read any of the reviews, but I suspect that's probably why a lot of the critics gave it a 58%, because the story is like super quick. But at the same time, it's a Super Mario Brothers movie. Like, what do you expect? Like, this movie gave me everything that I wanted and everything that I was hoping for in a Mario Brothers. Now, granted, obviously, depending on how this movie does, and I did just mention this movie made a bunch of money, so more than likely we're going to get a sequel. So there are certain things from the Mario mythos that they didn't show us in this movie that they kind of reference that you know more than likely you're going to get in a sequel, because they didn't want to give everything to you all at once. So there were certain things that I was hoping to be able to see in this movie that they didn't give us, but like I said, we know we're gonna get it in other movies, and just the fact that it was referenced and hinted at, that was enough to still have me on board. But yeah, the fact that the story was pretty thin, it didn't really bother me, because again, it's a Mario movie. Like, what do you think you're gonna get from a Super Mario Brothers movie, and an animated Super Mario Brothers movie at that? Like, I'm not expecting this movie to be Shakespeare, and that doesn't to like excuse the movie to say, oh, animated movies are meant to be thin. No, there are some deep and intricate and lore heavy and all of that animated movies. And I'm not saying this isn't it, but like, this movie was fun. I had fun with this movie, and so it accomplished everything that I feel like it needed to accomplish. I walked out of this movie and was like, hey, I want to see it again in 4DX. So in my mind, it did everything that it needed to do. Like, yeah, could the story have been longer? Could they have fleshed out some more of the characters? They could have, but what they did with the movie, I enjoyed. So for me, I would recommend Mario. I said I'm going to see it again in 4DX later today. So I'm satisfied by the Super Mario Brothers movie, and I would definitely say check it out for yourself because the audience rating is at a 96%. So it's definitely a huge divide between the critics and the audience. So, oh, one thing I did forget to mention, this movie does have 2 scenes at the end. So it has a mid-credit scene and a post-credit scene. So stay all the way until the end if you do end up going to see the movie, because you're going to miss the 2 scenes. So yeah, definitely check it out. But for those of you that have checked out the Super Mario Brothers movie, what did you think about the Super Mario Brothers movie? Did you fall in line of the official critics, or did you fall in line with the audience? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, again, if you can, please hit that like button. It'll help with the YouTube algorithm, getting this video out there, getting my channel out there. Because like I mentioned before, views across all my social media channels have been hella low. I don't know what's going on. But like, share, comment, interact for the all gay rhythm. Also, if you can, hit that bell notification button so you could be alerted any single time I post a new video. Tell your friends, families, and neighbors about my channel to help me continue to grow. And with that, if you like what you see, please check out the other videos on my channel and do the same thing for those. Watch, like, share, comment, interact for the all gay rhythm. And as always, I will catch you guys next time.